Hi guys, so today I will be doing a foundation routine using these new black opal foundations. These are the pore perfecting foundations. You'll need a stainless steel palette or a CD, a few brushes if you like, just an extra brush for blending, some concealer, your favorite setting powder, and we'll get started. So the first foundation I'm using is Nutmeg, which is my regular shade. Then I'm using Au Chocolat. And then I'm using Ebony Brown as my contour shade, which I believe is the darkest shade in the black opal line. So this is how your palette should look, okay? To get started, I'm going to start off with my regular foundation shade, which is Nutmeg, and I'm going to be using this concealer brush or foundation brush, whichever you have, to apply it in the lighter parts of my face, okay? The little spots don't really, well, I'm not gonna say they don't really do anything. They just pretty much help you place your product exactly where you want it to be and in a more even type of way. So when you blend it out, you know, you have even amounts of product on both sides of your face, okay? So I'm just gonna do it this way so you guys can see exactly where I'm applying product. I'm also gonna apply some of that nutmeg to the bridge part of my nose, my forehead area, which I really don't apply foundation, but I started to do it this way and I prefer it this way. Alright, so now I'm just gonna apply some foundation to the chin area, my jawline area, and it's just gonna look like one big puzzle, and you guys are just gonna blend it out together to kind of put the puzzle together, if that makes sense, okay? Now don't forget your cupid's bow area, okay? And then apply some to the sides of the lips if you have any discoloration. I still deal with the discoloration from medication that I had taken a while ago for my skin issue. So I definitely have to put some foundation or concealer there. So now going in with a different brush. This is an angle brush from Juvia's Place. It's a mini kabuki brush. I'm going to use Au Chocolat and apply this right underneath my regular foundation shade. So basically on the outer parts of it, okay? So we're gonna use it kind of as a transition color. So it's going to be between your regular foundation or highlight and your contour. So right in the middle, okay? So I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say here. I know it sounds a bit confusing, but just kind of follow me here, okay? All right, so I'm applying Au Chocolat to my jawline area. Okay, and this will help blend out my jawline so it doesn't look like a mask. All right, you guys, so I hope you're understanding what I mean by transition color, okay? So yeah. All right, so now I'm just going to use the darker shade. This is Ebony Brown, and I'm going to be using a angled foundation brush. This brush is from Real Techniques, and I'm going to apply that in the parts of my face that are naturally darker and shaped like a contour, if that makes sense, because my face has 3 different colors on it, okay? There's nothing I can do about that. I'm not going to apply one coat of foundation on my face and go out like that. No, I have to do it this way so it looks normal, okay? But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the Ebony Brown as my contour shade and apply it around my hairline and my contour area. And I also applied some more of that Au Chocolat shade between my contour and my brow, okay? So you just saw that. So now I'm gonna start blending it out using this small, this is actually a setting brush from Real Techniques. It's a small duo fiber brush, synthetic brush, perfect for under eye product, for blending out under eye product. All right, so I basically use it in a kind of like a tapping motion, and you know, the way you would use a stippling brush, and just blend out my under eye foundation, or if you're using concealer, blend out your under eye concealer, okay? As you guys can see, I'm just blending out the lightest shade and kind of working it into the Au Chocolat shade. So that's why I said my transition color, okay? So you have to be careful if you're using one brush to do this. If you're not used to using one brush, use 2 brushes so that you don't make a mess of things. Alright, you guys, so now that you're pretty much done with blending out around the eye area, you're going to move on to the next parts of your face. And I'm going to blend out my Cupid's bow area and then my jawline area. And you have to work fast. With this foundation, it does dry very quickly and it does oxidize a bit. Okay, for those of you guys that don't understand how foundation works, not all foundation oxidizes, but a lot of foundations do oxidize, which means when you put it on your face right out of the bottle, it looks a certain color, and after a while of wearing it on your face, it changes. It sometimes gets darker, it can get red, it can get orange, so I personally prefer to use a foundation shade that's slightly lighter than I am, because when it oxidizes, it all matches together. Okay, like all chocolate look like it would be a perfect shade for me, but if I use it by itself and it oxidizes, it will be darker on my face than the rest of my body. So that's something I wanted to tell you guys about. But anyways, let's continue on with this blending, and make sure to check in the mirror and make sure all your seams are connected. Okay, there's there's no more dots and lines anywhere. So just make sure everything is nice and connected and blended out together. Okay. And that's pretty much how I clean my nose ring. A lot of you guys ask how I clean it. I just use my finger to clean it. No, there's no infection. I've had my nose ring in for about 5 years. This is my second nose ring. I had it before and I removed the piercing, but yeah, that's how I clean it. Alright, so now I'm just going to blend out my jawline, and this is basically the all chocolate shade. And as you guys could see, I am blending it in and working it in with the nutmeg shade. And then now for the contouring shade, I'm going to be using this contouring brush from Real Techniques. I sprayed it a little bit with the e.l.f. mist spray. It's kind of like a setting spray, just to wet it, because that contour shade dried and it got darker, as you guys could see. So I went in with that, blended it out, and then I went back in with this kind of buffing bronzer brush that Black Opal sent me, and I'm just going to blend it out just a bit more so nothing looks harsh. Okay, so now I'm just going to go back in with that contouring brush and then just blend out the rest of my contour. And if you need to, spray it again. Okay, but it all depends on what kind of products you're using. If you use products that don't dry quickly, you don't have to do this, but these Black Opal foundations, they dry very quickly, so you have to move fast. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with that bronzer buffer brush just to blend out the contour just a bit. But I'm going to go back in anyways with the brush just to blend it all out just a bit more so it looks more natural and kind of more everyday type of wear. And you can still use this as a, high glam foundation routine. All you have to do is darken up your contour if you want to. But right now I'm loving the way how I've been doing my foundation. It looks perfect. It doesn't feel overdone. It just looks very flawless and very natural to me. But if this is not something you like, you do not have to do it. I'm not forcing you guys to do anything. I'm just showing you something. Okay, alright, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my concealer under the eye area. This one is a Even True concealer, and I believe this one is in the shade Tan. And I'm just applying a little bit of this under the eye area in a very small triangular shape. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go in with this very small mini stippling brush from e.l.f., which is a great little brush for $3, you guys. It's an excellent little brush. I'm just gonna blend out that concealer. Okay, alright, so you can just blend your concealer in just very slightly with your foundation shade and your transition shade. Okay, don't overdo it. But you could just blend it in using the stippling motion. And don't forget to blend out the bridge part of your nose as well. Okay, you guys, don't forget. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go back in with my bronzer brush and give it a couple of more pats all over. Make sure everything is nice and even. Okay, but if you're good the first couple of steps back, you're good. But I don't know, I like the process of doing this. I really do. I enjoy it and it's relaxing. Alright, but anyways, now for powder, I am using my Ben 9 Neutral Set Powder. It is one of my favorite setting powders ever. Probably my #1 powder. And then there's Sasha Cosmetics Buttercup Powder, which I really like as well. So I'm just going to use this to set under my eye area. And I'm not going to leave this on too long, probably for about a minute or so. Okay, and this is basically going to help set everything that's under the eye area and take away some of that excess oil. Alright, so some for my nose bridge. Very important because I get very oily there. Okay, forehead, cupid's bow area, and your chin if you like. Alright, so we're just gonna pretty much finish this up with the powder. We're almost done. I promise you guys, we're almost done. I did very minimal editing, okay, but here we are just waiting. It's probably about a minute or so, just letting it sit. But you know, I did very minimal editing in this video because I wanted you guys to see exactly how long it takes. So the video is about 12 minutes long, I mean. So in real life, this took me about 15 minutes to do, okay. Anywho, now that the powder has set, I'm just going to brush that off using this large fluffy Japanese brush, and you can use any powder brush you have to sweep away any extra product that is on your face. Okay. Let's brush it all off. Alright, you guys, so pretty much done brushing off all of the powder. Okay, so yeah, I hope you guys try this out. Okay, like, just let me know how it turns out. I know it won't be perfect the first time, but practice makes perfect. Okay, so this is the final look. Alright, and this is the full foundation look with eye makeup, lips, blush, and highlighter, and brows. Alright, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it was helpful. Give me a thumbs up and share this video. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Love you guys. Bye.